Hi everyone, I'm Nick. I'm from Singapore and I have a company called Skyscapist. We do drone photography for ships, for buildings and for all sorts of other events and for people. So today I have something very exciting to share with you. There's this box in front of me and all you can see is a DJI logo. So you may be wondering what's in it. So today what we have here is the latest and the newly released Mavic 3 Pro. It is a new version of the Mavic 3, which perhaps you might have, or maybe you have other versions of the Mavic. So today I'm going to do a small unboxing as well as to share with you some of the things I do and some of the equipment I use. So here goes. So inside the box, you can see a bag. It comes with a bag, a carrying case for the Mavic 3, which is quite heavy, and another box. Let's go with the box first. So inside this box are many cables and adapters. What I have here is a version which is before it's released, so I'm not sure whether the final version will have the same, but this is a lot of cables. So there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 cables and a little box here, which I'm not sure what it is. I believe this is a new adapter. So one of these will plug into a side of it, and the other goes by USB-C cable. Okay, so let's see what's in the box. We have propellers, spare propellers. We have more cables. This time it's the USB-C cables, I believe. Yep, 2 sets of USB-C cables. We have the battery charger. This is where the USB-C plugs into, the charging hub. We have another box. I believe this is the batteries. There are 2 batteries inside. So 2 batteries. I'm just going to put them aside. And with the controller, which is the same, the RC Pro, which is the same as the one used for the Mavic 3. Yep, looks the same. And finally, with the Mavic 3 Pro itself. Okay, let me put the bag aside. So first impressions, it does have a different, like a cover from what I had with the Mavic 3 Cine, and it does look a bit different. So the camera is much bigger. If you compare the camera size, the camera head, this is the Mavic 3 Cine, and this is the Mavic 3 Pro. So this has 3 cameras instead of 2. Okay, and I believe the newest camera is what they call a zoom camera, which is a higher resolution zoom. The drone itself weighs more. It feels heavier than the Mavic 3 Cine itself, and I believe it's because of the camera, and the parts look a bit different for some parts. You see, yeah. So here I'm opening up. This itself is different too. This is on the Mavic 3 Pro, and this is on the Mavic 3 and Mavic 3 Cine. Okay, if you notice, both drones look similar, but the Mavic 3 Pro's base, just below the front wing, this part is a little bit more elevated, more raised, as compared to the Mavic 3 and Mavic 3 Cine. Okay, I guess perhaps this is to allow for more clearance for the camera. And the front wings, the front propellers and the legs look the same, but the back looks a bit thicker, I think. and it's just a slight design change from here at the base part as compared to here. Okay, other than that, they look almost identical. The same amount of sensors, 2 on the top, 2 at the back, 2 in front, and 2 in front, sorry. Propellers look the same, and the battery is the same. Batteries are the same for both. First impressions, very much like the Cine itself, the Mavic 3 Pro is very solidly built. It feels a bit heavy, but it feels solid, and it inspires confidence when you fly. When you start up for the first time, so I have to admit, I opened this last night. This is not my first opening, but I opened it because I needed to charge the battery and I needed to register the drone and charge up the controller so that I could use it today. Okay, so here we are. When you first set up the controller, it will probably ask you to update your software because DJI Fly would need to include Mavic 3 Pro as your choice, one of your choices for the drones. So let's go. The same sounds we hear. So there it is, starting up. And there you go, it's already up. Okay. So, the main difference of the Mavic 3 Pro is the addition of this lens, okay, which is the new zoom lens. So, I'll be doing more photos and more videos to test this out as the day goes by. So I will add that in my later part of my video. So stay tuned. For now, I think that's one of my first impressions of the drone. I would like to share a bit about what I do and what I use and the equipment I use as well. So let me switch this off first. So at the moment, the Mavic 3 Cine is my main drone, which I use for work, and my Mavic 2 is my backup drone. In times when my battery goes low, or it's always good to have a backup drone. So I'm using the RC Pro at the moment, and I've been using it for a long time. And this is my Mavic 3 Cine. Okay, let me shift these. So for the Cine and the Mavic 3 itself, there are a lot of filters, which I believe the Mavic 3 Pro will also have more filters being released soon. Yes, so these are the filters that I always use, the same ones that come from DJI. So they're all the way from ND4 all the way to ND1000 if I'm not wrong. No, ND512. And one thing I like about the Mavic 3 Cine, which I believe the Mavic 3 Pro should have as well, is the ability to have a HDMI out. Why is this important? Because there are times where I do events or shoots where I need live streaming. So I actually do stream out right from the controller. We use Buxis, and I connect it via HDMI cable direct from my drone to the Buxis, this is all I need. Okay, and then it actually goes to the receiver, which is then connected to the screen or the PA system of whoever's recording. So those are some things I use, and I would think it's very important to also buy more batteries. I have a lot of batteries here because sometimes you need the whole day to shoot, and if possible, it'd be good to have a backup controller as well, which I have too. So because the controllers can't change you can't change the battery of the controller, so it's always good to have a backup. And wings. Always good to have backup wings as well. because you never know whether you might accidentally hit something and you might need to have your wings changed, the propellers. And last but not least, blinker lights. If you do fly at night, it is good to be able to see where your drone is and always have visual line of sight for a drone. That's one of the most important safety tips. And that's about it for today. So stay tuned for more of my footage and my videos later from the Mavic 3 Pro. Thank you.